homicide investigation in Vallejo after 2 men were killed there and 1 hurt in a shooting. The gunfire broke out at a homeless encampment near the intersection of Sacramento Street and Daniels Avenue yesterday. And tonight, detectives are still trying to determine just who fired those shots. KTVU's Jana Katsuyama has more now on the investigation from Vallejo City Hall. Jana.
Heather, I checked with police and they say that 3rd person who was shot is still in the hospital in critical condition. They say they have not made any arrests, but I did talk to some people who were residents of that encampment. They say they're very worried about safety, but they have no place else to go. Vallejo Police say they got multiple calls around 5:30 Monday about a shooting near the intersection of Sacramento Street and Daniels Avenue. Video shows officers with a SWAT team entering an encampment nearby.
Because we didn't know where the specific location and where the suspect was, we crossed all the T's, dotted all our I's.
Vallejo Police Sergeant Rashad Hollis says when officers entered the encampment, they found 3 people had been shot.
They discovered that there were 3 adult male victims, all suffering from at least 1 gunshot wound. Officers immediately rendered medical aid until emergency medical services arrived. 2
of the men were pronounced dead at the scene. The 3rd man was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police say they are still trying to identify whether those men or someone else fired the shots. On Tuesday, residents at the encampment who did not want to be identified said they heard the gunfire and saw police respond.
Told us to hold back, stay in our area, and while they check on who's the victim and who's not. There was a body, and then I was kind of shocked.
Some of the residents say there are 30 to 50 people who live in the RV and tent encampment. Many say they are worried about safety. Some said they need help and housing, but have not been able to get into a motel room or other assisted shelter and housing sites. This woman shared her thoughts, but asked us to alter her voice.
We filled out paperwork and all that, and we didn't get none of that. If we would have got into that program or whatever in the motel, we would be able to take showers and do what we got to do, you know. But here we don't even have water. We don't have anything.
Neighbors say the city needs to do more.
They have this navigation center that they're trying to get open. It was supposed to be open in January, but it doesn't have an open date yet. And then they have the Broadway housing project, which is a more permanent housing project that they're working on.
Police say this was Vallejo's 5th and 6th homicides this year.
We're still in the prelim of this investigation. The motive and circumstances are still undetermined at this time.
And I called and left multiple emails for the mayor and the vice mayor of Vallejo, but have not heard any response so far. They do have a meeting sometime today, and I spoke with police and they said that they are planning to do extra patrols around that area of the shooting just to make sure that they keep people safe.
Okay, and Jana, really quickly, do we know anything else about the victims?
Right now, I did call the coroner's office. They said that they have made identifications on those 2 men who have died, but so far they're still trying to notify the next of kin. So at this point, they're not releasing their names, Heather.
All right, Jana Katsuyama live for us tonight in Vallejo. Jana, thank you.